guys, welcome back. It's Shelby. Today I'm making a decorative piece for like a desk or a bookshelf. It's going to be a starfish suspended inside of a buoy. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. I'll link everything you need down in the description and we'll get right into it. Alright, here's what you're going to need. A starfish. It's not a real starfish, but it does look like one. Balloons, some wood glue, and some twine. Okay, so what I am going to do is to get this balloon on and around the starfish. I'm not gonna lie, it actually took several attempts because every time I thought I got it, I found that I put a giant hole in the balloon. This was such a struggle, I can't even tell you. It just didn't fit. Like, it didn't fit at all. There was the hole you saw in the background, and I was determined, like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna get the balloon on there, put the hole up at the top, and just not worry about it. And then I found that there was another hole on the front right there. You can kind of see it. Attempt number 2, get my balloon on the starfish, which was just difficult. I was worried the starfish was going to break. The balloon was like pinching my fingers. I'm telling you, this is the most difficult part of the project and possibly any project I've done so far. At this point, I was feeling really confident that I was going to get the balloon on this time until I turned it over and realized that I just completely split it. Attempt number 3 was successful. I'm blowing it up, getting it tied, and this is the moment when I realized I haven't blown up a balloon in several years and can no longer tie them apparently. So that took way longer than it should have, but I was successful, only to find that there was actually still a hole in this one. So I put a piece of tape over it because I was determined to not have to fit another balloon over that starfish. Anyway, now is time to wrap the twine. So I pulled the balloon out, pulled the twine and the glue, and basically I'm just dripping the glue onto the twine and wrapping it around the balloon. And I'm gonna admit this was probably not the best method. Like, maybe I should have put it in a cup and dipped it, or just like slathered the balloon in glue. But for whatever reason, that didn't occur to me, even though the balloon ended up pretty well covered in glue by the end of it. But basically what I'm doing is just wrapping the twine kind of in irregular patterns around the balloon and just making sure there's tons of glue on it. And then I'm going to go back in here and just kind of make sure that all of the twine is coated, because the glue is going to create this shield that keeps it all in place and all glued together when there's no more balloon to support it. So that's very important. And I have to say, for how much of a mess I was making on the plate, it actually, like, the glue kind of stayed where it was supposed to go. It wasn't super drippy, which was nice. I ended up just putting everything in a cup, just let it sit there to rest overnight and hope that it didn't get glued to the cup by morning. So I left it out in the cup overnight, and that's what it looks like resting there. Okay guys, so this is the next day. I let it dry. It looks like, despite my best efforts, the balloon's still deflated, but the string actually held its shape really well, and it does look like a little sea buoy, so that's kind of exactly what I was going for, which is great. I need to get the balloon off the starfish. It looks like a fair amount of glue dripped down, so that's kind of a bummer. That could have gone back in the bottle, but that's okay because this is looking pretty good and it's actually pretty solid. I'm not going to squeeze it too hard because I don't want to break it, but it's holding its shape pretty well. I feel like I can, like, yeah, it's pretty sturdy, so that's awesome. And we will start removing the balloon from around the starfish. So we're going to try and cut away the balloon without damaging the twine part of it. The soap made this weird, like, shield around it, and I'm not sure entirely how well it's gonna work because it's not like retracting the way balloons do. You know how when they pop and they just kind of like split apart? I was really counting on that and it's not happening, so we will give it a try another way. So basically, I just try to get my scissors in as big of an opening in the twine as possible and just make little snips in the balloon and then pull it out by hand. And it actually really fought me, like, as hard as it was to get the balloon on. I'm not gonna say it was harder to get the balloon off because it definitely wasn't, but it was challenging and it did want to stick in there. But I mean, it does eventually, like, pull off. You just keep pulling and just be nice to the twine so you don't break that because it had to set up overnight. And it is relatively fragile, but just keep pulling and snipping and eventually it will come out. Okay guys, so now I was thinking actually that I would need to glue a piece of twine to the starfish in order to make it kind of float in the center, but the way it ended up with the balloon shrinking and the ball being kind of small, it's keeping its position really well, so I'm thinking I don't have to do that. So I'm just going to take the little hanging hook thing that I bought at the craft store, and I honestly don't know what these are called. The tag said Easel, but I know it's not an easel, so I'm not quite sure. But I'll find out and I will post it. But I'm just going to hook one of the twine things through here, if at all possible, without breaking it. Just like that. Oh my god, how cute is that? Just to like sit on a desk somewhere, just kind of like when you're dreaming of the ocean. Just have like a little floating starfish in a little buoy and it kind of moves around. Let me change the angle. So that's it. Super cute. Look at that. Just for like a desk or something. Or maybe a bookshelf, just like when you're, you know, trapped in the winter and feeling the beach vibe, even though it's summer here, which is nice. But that is adorable. Just kind of hangs and swings. I love that. That's so cute. Okay guys, so this is it. It's actually super cute. That turned out way better than I was thinking in my head. But I really, really like it. I'm gonna put this up in my room. It kind of wobbles a little bit, which is nice. So like when you're bored and you're just like fidgeting with something, it'll be great. So I did have to let the glue dry overnight. I am in the same outfit as I was in the intro because I forgot to film one when I started it yesterday. So I just filmed it a couple seconds ago. That's why I look the same. But yeah, so this piece is super cute. It's really easy to make. I'll link everything you need down in the description. Please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.